Here's the shocking truth. Trading psychology has been sold to you like a self-help seminar. Think positive, breathe, meditate, journal your emotions, visualize the money, chant affirmations, and poof, you're supposed to turn into a consistent trader. You and I both know that's nonsense. If affirmations could build accounts, Instagram traders would be billionaires by now. But they're not. They're as broke as the people they're trying to impress. So let's set the record straight, once and for all. Trading psychology is not about how good you feel. It's about how unshakable your structure is. Imagine this. You're standing in the middle of a storm. Lightning cracks, thunder shakes the ground, rain hits you like bullets. Now, you've got two choices. You can try to calm yourself with breathing exercises and convince yourself you're not scared, or you can stand inside a fortress, a structure that doesn't care about the storm. Which one survives? The storm doesn't respect your affirmations. It respects your fortress. That's psychology. It's not about calming the storm inside you. It's about building the fortress outside you so the storm loses its power. The market is chaos, and chaos loves weakness. It feeds on hesitation, on greed, on fear, on impatience. And the moment you step in without structure, you're naked in the storm. You might make it through once or twice. You might even convince yourself you're tough enough. But eventually, chaos will strip you down, throw you into panic, and make you betray your own rules. How many times have you promised yourself, this time I'll follow my stop. This time I won't overtrade. This time I'll stick to my plan. Then the candle moves against you, and suddenly the promise evaporates like steam from boiling water. That's not discipline failing. That's structure missing. Discipline is fragile in the heat of the moment. Structure is the only thing that holds. Think of a pilot. A pilot doesn't rely on discipline to land a plane. They don't say, I'll try really hard not to crash. No, they rely on procedures, checklists, instruments, rehearsed protocols. That's why hundreds of tons of metal carrying hundreds of lives land safely, even in turbulence. The pilot doesn't trust emotions, they trust structure. Why should trading be any different? You see, the myth is that psychology is about emotion management. No, psychology is about system management. When you have no system, emotions become the system by default. And emotions are a terrible system. They will always push you to act at the worst time. Fear tells you to exit too early. Greed tells you to hold too long. Impatience tells you to chase. Desperation tells you to double down. Structure is the only voice that drowns all of them out. Here's a metaphor you won't forget. Your mind is like a river. Left alone, it rushes wildly, carrying sticks, dirt, chaos. If you try to control the river by yelling at it, it still floods. But if you build canals, dams, channels, the river becomes power. It turns turbines. It produces electricity. Same river, different outcome. That's trading psychology. It's not about fighting the current. It's about structuring it. But the old system sold you a lie. It said, work on your discipline. Meditate when you're stressed. Take breaks when you lose. Journal when you're emotional. That's damage control, not mastery. Rebels don't play damage control. We build immunity. We don't wait to fix psychology after a mistake. We design psychology before the trade. That's why I say the only trading psychology truth that matters is this. Structure creates psychology, not the other way around. If your structure is strong, your psychology is strong. If your structure is weak, no amount of positive thinking will save you. Let me take you deeper. When you repeat behaviors under structure, your nervous system rewires itself. Neurons build highways, habits cement into autopilot, and eventually your brain stops asking, what should I do? Because the system has already answered. That's why elite soldiers don't panic under fire. Their psychology isn't superhuman. They've just drilled structure so deeply that fear never gets the final say. You can do the same in trading. But instead, what do most traders do? They read books on patience. They watch motivational videos. They promise themselves they'll be stronger tomorrow. That's like telling a soldier to read affirmations before a firefight. It's laughable, and yet traders try it every single day, then wonder why the market humiliates them. You don't need more discipline. You need more design. You don't need more self-control. You need more structure that eliminates the need for self-control. You don't need to meditate your fear away. You need to make fear irrelevant by already knowing exactly what you'll do in every scenario. Here's another metaphor. Think of a chess master. A beginner looks at the board and panics. Every move feels overwhelming. The chess master? Calm, precise, intentional. Why? Because the master has rehearsed 1,000 games, seen 1,000 patterns. Their psychology is calm, not because they're special, but because their structure has turned the chaos into order. So let me turn this back on you. When was the last time you practiced your model without money on the line? When was the last time you rehearsed your process until it became instinct? Or are you just waking up, opening charts, and hoping you'll be disciplined today? Be honest. If you're doing the latter, you don't have psychology. You have wishful thinking. And I'll tell you something harsh but freeing. The market doesn't care about your wishful thinking. It doesn't care how badly you want it, how many hours you've studied, or how much you've lost. It cares about one thing: structure. If you bring structure, the market respects you. If you don't, the market eats you. Period. That's the truth about psychology, once and for all. It's not about how you feel in the moment. It's about what you've built before the moment. That's the only truth that matters. So, rebels, if you've been blaming yourself for lacking discipline, if you've been hating yourself for being emotional, I'm here to tell you, you don't have a character problem. You have a structure problem. Fix the structure, and your psychology will fix itself. And here's your charge. Stop reacting. Stop buying into the lies. Stop treating psychology like a self-help book. Build your system, drill your process, rehearse your rules until your nervous system trusts them more than it trusts fear. That's when you stop being a trader who gambles and start being a rebel who creates. Subscribe to Trading Rebels right now. Share this with the trader you know is drowning in chaos, and drop a comment below telling me the one psychological battle you've been fighting. Because I promise you this, we'll dismantle it, not with feel-good tricks, but with structural truth. Stand firm, trade by design, and let's make psychology your weapon instead of your weakness.